Hello, yes, Danhausen here. Danhausen is urging everybody to listen to the very nice and very evil World Podcast Wrestling, hosted by Mike Huckleberryhausen and Dick the Knifehausen. Yes, very good. Oh, they both love Danhausen and thinks Warhorse rules the swear word. Yes. You can find them at WPod Wrestling. Isn't that nice? Love that, Danhausen.
Thank you, Dan. What's up, guys? Welcome to World Podcast Wrestling. As always, you can follow us on our social medias at WPod Wrestling on Twitter and Instagram. You can follow me, Mike Huckleberry, at HuckWPW. You can follow Dick the Knife at Saves Tuesday on Twitter. And don't forget to check out tpublic.com. That's where all of our merch is. T-shirts, masks, whatever you need, we got it. Sweatshirts. So go check us out. tpublic.com. Search WPW. Dick, we had a pretty cool intro tonight.
We had an intro, man. My boy, my homie Danhausen, man. How freaking awesome is that? I'm excited for today, bro. I've got my Stone Cold IPA. Austin's back here drinking with me. It's gonna be a good night. I said on Twitter I was gonna try to be positive today, so you cannot let the angry Dick come out today.
Don't let the angry Dick out.
Nobody wants some angry Dick, baby.
You can't say that.
Dick's my name.
Dick's my name. It's funny that you bring up Stone Cold Steve Austin though. So like right before we start recording, I watched a bunch of stuff right before we started recording. By the way, like wrestling wise, but I watched Stone Cold Steve Austin's new show, Totally Steve Austin. I think.
Okay.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah, is that the one? Interviews.
Yeah, where he's like interviewing he had Ice-T on this episode.
Shit.
It was pretty legit. I didn't know Ice-T was in the Army. Like, I didn't know he enlisted in the Army before his rap career took off. So,
no idea.
That's pretty cool. But that's not why I bring this up. So, he brought up a really funny story about when I think it was when he first got in the WWF, he was wrestling Yokozuna. Well, I guess that whole day he had been like dealing with diarrhea. And so he was wrestling Yokozuna and he did the bonsai drop on Steve Austin. And as soon as he did it, Steve Austin, I guess, shit his pants. And he was telling Ice-T, he's like, thank God I wear black trunks, you know? So I guess like as soon as that happened, he told Yoko, he was like, hey, it's time to go home. Like it's time to wrap this up. So
that's good. That's funny.
That's my little funny anecdote for the beginning of the podcast. So I thought that was hilarious. But what prompted that is I guess like Ice-T one time when he was touring with Body Count, his metal band, which still blows my mind that Ice-T has a metal band.
Bro.
But
shit as fuck too.
Yeah, they are fucking good. And so he was talking about he had the shits right before their concert, and he was in the middle of taking a shit in a porta potty, and like his intro music started to play. So he had to like clench his butt cheeks and go up on stage, and he said he did like a 40-minute set with his butt cheeks clenched like the whole time.
What a way to start this off today, man.
He is the man. Like after that episode, like I have a whole new like respect level for Ice-T. Like he was the man before, but now he's like up there. Like
bro, Ice-T and fucking SVU, bro. Hell yeah.
Yeah. That dude. That dude's awesome. But yeah, got my
Twisted.
What's that?
Twisted is over there. Your Twisted
tea? Yeah, I got
tea?
my Twisted Peach Iced Tea. I fucking love these things. Shout out to Rich Lottie Dottie 17 for getting me hooked on them. Also the memes. The memes got me hooked.
That's what I was gonna say. Shout out to the dude busting that in upside. Yeah. That's really what it is.
Well, like I was never really interested in the Twisted Iced Teas, and then when I did that Real Men Wear XFL podcast with Rich, Lottie Dottie 17 on Twitter, he talked about Twisted Iced Teas all the time. He's like, man, I love these things, and I'm just like, I'm a beer guy. I don't really think I'd really like that. I don't even fucking like tea. I don't think I would like that. And so the memes happened, and then I tried them, and like the first person I think I texted was Rich. I was like, "These are fucking good, man," and he's like, "Yeah, that's what I've been trying to tell you."
From iced tea to twisted teas, man.
Fuck yeah, it's all about the tea.
I love tea. Like.
Speaking of spilling some tea.
Oh, look at that!
Yeah.
Oh man.
The Undertaker went on to the Joe Rogan Experience podcast, and apparently he was spilling some tea about the new era of wrestling. And this is a quote that I got online. In that era of guys, too, those were men. You go into a dressing room nowadays, and it's a lot different. I remember walking into my first real dressing room, and all I saw were some crusty fucking men. Half of them had guns and knives in their bag. Shit got handled back then. Now you walk in, there's guys playing video games and fucking making sure they look pretty. It's evolution, I guess. I don't know what it is, but I just like those eras, man. I liked when men were men. I'm gonna let you go ahead and take the lead on this one.
Oof. Oh man, it's how a lot of the old generation is though in terms of the locker room, man. It was, the age of being doped the fuck up, roided the fuck up, and just being D-bags. Apparently that was the good era, which, what the fuck ever, man. Look, guys are doing this shit now, playing video games, and it's just, I guess how we are. I don't do it. I'm not a video game guy, but like my friends are huge gamers, and dude, nowadays, they got their families. They don't want to fucking cheat on their families. So what the hell are they doing? They're chilling, hanging the fuck out, playing video games. Who gives a shit that no one's in there with fucking with unlicensed handguns and brass knucks and all that? Like, that's just that old school mentality, man, of like, we showed up to a show, all coked up out of our mind. Who gives a fuck anymore, man? Let the guys let people do what they want to do. You want to chill in the fucking you want to chill in a hotel room listening to the podcast? Knock yourself out, man. Come on, be better, Taker.
Yeah, like my main thing about it is though is like I think what he's like mostly trying to say is like
we're soft. The new generation, we're soft.
Yeah, I wouldn't say the new generation is soft. I'm just saying, like, I mean, the newer wrestlers, I think, and I saw someone say this, is the main thing is, like, it seems like wrestlers aren't as focused on the craft of wrestling anymore. I think is what he's trying to say. Because you look at it, right? Back in when he first got in the business, besides Hulk Hogan, who was doing all this extra stuff, like what Xavier Woods is doing with G4 now? You see a lot of guys, doing other stuff outside of the wrestling business because that kayfabe wall is now broken.
Yeah,
like, the fourth wall is gone as far as wrestling. So yeah, maybe guys aren't as focused on wrestling anymore, and they're distracted by these other things. I think is what it is, and I think specifically what he might have been talking about is like Xavier Woods again, for example, up, down, down. You see a lot of guys go on there, and a lot of guys are, they want that up, down, down championship, and it might be taking focus away from, getting ready for next week's show or, stuff like that. I understand there's a need to have other hobbies outside of wrestling. Like, I get that. I have other hobbies too. I do this podcast. I play video games. You know what I mean? Like, I get that. But I see what he's trying to say. I think he just worded it poorly. Is what he did.
I got you. Yeah, there's a lot of stories if you read wrestlers' books about they hated when someone was a mark almost, like either a mark for themselves or a mark for the business almost. And now you've got people who grew up watching wrestling and love to watch it still. And to them, I don't know, maybe in Taker or the older people's minds, maybe it's like to them it was life, and to new guys it's a job. maybe that's where he's coming from, is kind of like what you're saying too. But man, people still think they love the business. It just might not, live, eat, sleep, drink it. And in his mind, that's, upsetting. But hey, man, to each their own out there, man. But yeah, though, the kayfabe world, it is pointless now. I mean, you got people on Twitter, wrestlers on Twitter, using their actual names as handles and shit. You know what I mean? So
yeah. And it's just, I don't know. It's just one of those things, man. It's evolution. Things change. Everything's not going to stay the same. It's just, God damn it. I had a point, and I was about to land the plane, and then I lost it. I was
going to say, evolution is a mystery. That's what
evolution is a mystery. It is. That is true. Where's Randy Orton, Triple H, Batista, and Ric Flair when you need them? But I mean, there was huge backlash from this, though, too. Like, there was a lot of people on Twitter going off. Captain Ferg, a guy that I follow on Twitter, he was going off about it. Warhorse, my favorite, he was going off on it, and I thought it was funny. Like, seeing some of the stuff he was saying, I was like, God damn it, that is outrageous. But like, it was really good. Like, what he did, what Warhorse was saying was really funny, and he had a point, and there is a point, like, yeah, it's awesome. Locker rooms are definitely much safer now. The talents are much safer. But I mean, how much better would Raw be, do you think, if there just weren't these other distractions, like up, down, G4?
No, let's not put distractions as the reason Raw being bad.
That's not the sole reason, but it could be part of it.
I don't see it. I'm on the firm belief that if they're in the business, they're in that company, they got there for a reason. Well, other than Vince wanting to sign them so they don't go elsewhere. But nah, man, they're professionals. They know what they're supposed to do. I kind of appreciate, from maybe yours and Undertaker's standpoint, I appreciate the ones that take it a little more seriously on Twitter. That's me too, though. I love when they carry them gimmicks. Like, again, Warhorse fucking lives that gimmick on Twitter, which is hilarious.
Yeah, he does, and I love it.
Fucking Danhausen lives that fucking gimmick.
Yeah, he does.
It's amazing. I love it.
Yeah.
I mean, just you heard him introing the podcast today. It's fucking hilarious. I love that.
Yeah.
Love that Danhausen.
Love that Danhausen for sure. He would not appreciate how much we curse on this podcast, though.
I was oof.
You know what? We might have another intro by him coming up. So maybe we dedicate that next episode to not swearing. Maybe we try not to swear. I'm gonna have to like not drink for that podcast though. Like, I'm gonna have to be dead sober to not let an F-bomb, S-bomb, or any bomb
bomb or atom bomb. So after the first episode we ever did, I realized, like, holy shit, I dropped so many F-bombs. So the second episode, I cut it. I think I might have sworn a few times. And then after that, I think, same thing. I had a beer. I just was like, man, it's going down today, man.
Right. Well, and like, when I first got into podcasting, like, I was like, okay, maybe you want to try to be professional. But I don't know, just like, as soon as I started recording and like, I got onto a topic that like I was like super just like puffed up about, the curse words started flying out of my mouth as soon as because I think I was talking about like Mark Trestman being an XFL coach, and I was like, man, I was so heated. But anyway,
it's all good.
We'll move on from the old man takes of Undertaker. All I'm going to say is maybe he should have been keeping up kayfabe even after retirement, and he wouldn't be getting fucking ratioed in the Twitterverse.
He don't care.
He gives no fucks. But anyway, moving on. The AEW Awards are happening January 27th, streaming free on Bleacher Report. I have a list of the categories and the nominees What we're gonna do is I'm gonna read them, read the stuff off, and then we're gonna make predictions.
Okay.
Of course, all these are voted on by the fans, so
They are voted by the fans. Okay. I was gonna say, is this work? Is this a work? No,
so we will probably be totally wrong on all of these. So, but we're gonna give our best go.
I'm down. I can roll with that.
All right. So the first category is best moment on the mic. The first one is MJF, the "We Deserve Better" speech.
Okay.
The next one is Cody Rhodes accepts the dog collar match. That was a good one. I dug that one. That was
okay.
John Moxley accepts the Inner Circle invitation. That was so fucking good.
That was.
You're gonna hate this one. Brandy Rhodes confronts Jade Cargill.
Yeah. Okay.
Orange Cassidy debates Chris Jericho.
That's it. Right away. If that's the last nominee, that's my vote.
Really?
That debate.
Man.
I laughed so freaking hard. Look at it, I said freaking. But no, just watching that, it's true. I'm watching that debate, hearing Jericho put Orange over the entire time. He's burying him, but he's putting him over. You know what I mean? Like a good heel should. And
backhanded compliments.
Yeah, backhanded compliments. And I'm like, first off, how is this? Orange says nothing. Just, cool, yeah. But when he gave a legit ass answer to a freaking random ass question, I'm like, all right, Orange, that's it. Pop of the fucking night, pop of the week, that's it. I'm going Orange.
You know what? I have to go. John Moxley accepts the Inner Circle invitation. So leading up to this, I was not completely sold on AEW. Like I really wanted to watch it because Chris Jericho was there. I knew John Moxley. Well, at the time when I first started watching, I didn't know John Moxley was going to be there, but then he showed up, which was super cool.
Hell yeah.
And I just wanted to expand my horizons as a wrestling fan. But I wasn't completely sold on it. Like I was just kind of like, like it's it's a second company that I could watch and I could dig it. Like I want more wrestling to succeed. Competition breeds better products. But man, when that John Moxley falsely accepting the Inner Circle invitation happened, like that popped me so hard and got such a reaction out of me that I was like, I'm sold on AEW now. Like I love AEW.
Nice.
This is my favorite product now because he's like he was into it. He was like, you know what? Yeah, I'll be part of the Inner Circle. He's celebrating with everybody. Everyone's having a good time. And then all of a sudden he just stops. And he's like, I'm just kidding. I think this is fucking stupid. And then just proceeds to beat Chris Jericho with a bottle of his own champagne. Like that popped me so big. And I hadn't been that happy to see a wrestler turn down an invitation to something. And I don't know how long. Like that whole thing got me. And it got me hooked on AEW. I was like, I have to see what's going next week. I have to see what's going on after that. So it's like, for me, that was definitely the best moment on the mic for AEW. That was awesome. Really, yeah.
No, that's awesome because it gave you a legit reaction. To me, I'm like, all right, I know he's not going to join him. To me, I'm just like, come on, it's Pro Wrestling 101. I'm like, all right, let me see how this plays out. Good promo. Every week, Mox delivers a fucking amazing promo. So yeah, you can't knock that at all. But no, that's awesome that it had such a like a personal reaction for you. I mean, that's when wrestling's at its best. Honestly, man, that's when anything's at its best. So I was having a huge. We were going back and forth on Twitter about bands and albums and music today, and it was like kind of a back and forth of me liking one, someone liking the other, and then us be like, you're not going to budge my opinion because this means so much to me. It's like, no, it's like, I'm not going to say that this is better than you. I'm just going to say I like this better because, dude, this brought me through some shit. And then the other guy, same thing. He goes, same thing. I'm so fucking obsessed with that, and So that was like with you. I'm not saying mine's better than yours.
Yeah.
You're saying like, no, man, that one just had such a freaking meaning to me
Oh,
that
for
it
sure.
pumped to AEW. So I can see why you'd like that. So hell yeah,
For sure. For sure.
for sure. At the bottom of that list is that Brandy Jade bullshit. So we'll see.
Hey, you know,
you know what, the dog collar thing. I actually like Brody going ape shit. Oh, didn't Brody like issue the challenge? That one was dope. I'm like, I liked that promo, but
Cody accepting the challenge was really good.
Cody-
Like it was that whole segment was really good between those two, and I really dug it. Like
Cody can come off very like holier than thou a lot of times, but that was a good fucking promo. When he's into it, he can get into that shit.
For sure. And I just it just hurts my soul, like knowing that if he hadn't gotten sick, like where that story could have gone. Like it's
so quick, man.
R.I.P. to Brody Lee, John
Dude,
Huber.
So fucking quick too. That was his last match, that dog collar match. Like, hey, hell of a fucking last match, man.
Fuck yeah. So, all right. So moving on though, the biggest surprise category, we got Matt Hardy's debut. Jake the Snake Roberts confronts Cody. Brody Lee arrives as the Exalted One.
Same episode as Matt Hardy, actually, too.
Was that the same episode?
The very first COVID episode.
Sting's AEW debut, and Miro revealed as best man.
It's got to be Sting. Sting's one thing with that one is Sting's is still fresh in people's memory.
Yeah.
If it's fan voting, people probably will go Sting on that one, and I think it was Matt Hardy. It was a pop. Brody was a pop. It's finally the Exalted One, especially with. It wasn't so much rumors, but it was a lot of speculation that it was going to be Matt Hardy being the Exalted One because it made sense. Broken Matt Hardy, weird as shit, a weird cult. So the fact that it wasn't, it's like, oh shit, fucking, Luke Harper, Brody Lee, and then later in that episode we got Matt Hardy, which is fucking cool as shit. Yeah. But no, I'd go Sting. I mean, dude, the internet went fucking nuts that night. We went nuts that night. Our group chat went nuts.
That is true.
So, I mean, and especially as an impact of what happened then after the excitement. I mean, yeah, you were pumped to see those wrestlers in it, like Miro. You're pumped to see Luke or Brody. You're pumped to see Matt Hardy. But when you saw Sting, it just was like, oh, shit, what the fuck's going to happen? And we'll talk later. We're finally going to see something that's going to happen. But I'll go Sting on that one.
Yeah. No, and I totally agree. The Sting was a huge one. And I was going to go with something else until you brought up the Sting debut and just, like, I definitely remember, like, how big of a debut that was for Sting. Like, it was fucking huge. And, yeah, the whole Twitterverse was going crazy. Like, everybody was just like, what the fuck? Even though there were rumors circulating constantly, but it was such a big deal that it was just like, holy fuck, this guy seriously just showed up on AEW. And so,
you had people that didn't even watch wrestling anymore start talking about, holy shit, Sting's back? I mean, hell the fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, right there. That right there tells you what kind of impact it had. Yeah, people that didn't watch wrestling anymore go, oh shit, Sting?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I mean, yeah, and there were people talking about they just, like, said something to their dad that Sting was on TV, and their dads were like, what?
Let me flip the channel. Yeah,
let me check that out real quick. Sting is on TV? Yeah. So that shit's crazy. Yeah, no, I agree with you. Sting's debut, for sure. As much as I want to say it's...
Who were you going to say? Who
and it's just purely because of the recent happenings with him, but like Brody Lee, because of course, like with Matt Hardy, there were rumors that Matt Hardy was going to be on AEW. With Jake the Snake, I didn't really think that was a huge deal. Like, I totally get it. Like, Jake the Snake's a huge legend and stuff, but I was kind of like, whatever. Miro, like, yeah, he's a good wrestler and I like him, but it's just he's not a big deal to me. Brody Lee was truly a surprise to me. Like that was truly a surprise. Like he came out and I was like, "Oh fuck, it's Luke Harper!" And then they're like, "Brody Lee." I was like, "It's Brody Lee! What the fuck?" Like So I was like, that was like a big deal to me. But yeah, no, like what you said. I mean, Sting with the whole Sting thing. Like I had pretty much given up. I thought it was exactly what it was, rumors. Like I didn't think it was actually going to be Sting showing up in AEW to do anything. 61 years old. I figured if he did go to work for AEW, he might make like one appearance and then work backstage with like Tony Khan or something. Like that's what I thought the extent of that would be. So yeah, I agree. Sting is probably the one that's going to take it on this one.
Sting.
It's Sting! So, next one is breakout star for the males. We got Orange Cassidy, Darby Allin, Eddie Kingston, and John Silver.
Oh, that's no fair. I love Silver so much. Breakout for the male, it's Orange Cassidy, I think.
I agree.
When we did our breakouts for 2021 last week, if we were gonna do a breakout for 2020, I was gonna mention Orange Cassidy. The dude freaking went against Jericho, for crying out loud. Held his own against fucking Chris Jericho. Made a match that was ridiculous. A fucking Mimosa Mayhem match. Fucking awesome with Jericho, man. So it's 100% got to be Orange Cassidy. I wanted to say Silver because he has been hilarious. Silver has been fucking a joy to watch. He's a fucking worker. The little guy can go. So it might be, that's a tough one, but I'll go Orange.
I agree. I really don't think there's even really any competition on this list. Like,
there's competition with your favoritism, without a doubt, hands down, it's Orange. But from a fucking standpoint of fans loving them, it's like all right, it's like Orange, Silver than everyone else.
yeah. So and I agree with you. Like Orange Cassidy, hands down, runaway for a breakout star. Darby Allin, I forget that he is legitimately TNT champion until he shows up on TV. Eddie Kingston. What's that?
I was going to say, if Orange Cassidy wasn't in that category, it's Darby. So
yeah. Well, I'd probably give it to Darby. I think John Silver, now that I think about it, could possibly be a breakout for 21. But anyway, Eddie Kingston, like, since his initial appearance, where he came out and started calling out like Cody and stuff like that. Other than that, like everything else has just kind of been like, eh. Like, like even the feud with Jon Moxley wasn't. I didn't care really about it.
If people have listened, they know my views on Kingston. I don't see it. Legit. I mute the TV when he gets on because I'm like, I don't want to hear this guy fucking yelling at me. So it just, his look irritates me, his voice irritates me, his ring gear irritates me, everything. I'm not a fan of him. But I'm probably getting work though because he's supposed to be a heel and I don't like him.
Yeah, I mean, he could be a good heel. I don't care about him enough to like hate him.
I got you.
So
all right, yeah, I feel you. All right, what else we got?
All right, so next we got next we got breakout star for females, and this list is a little bit longer. We have Hikaru Shida, Anna Jay, Tay Conti, Big Swole, and Penelope Ford.
Ooh. You want to say Shida because she friggin' is a champ and has been holding that title for a while and has been pretty good at it. Oh man, I wanted to say Anna Jay because of the fact that when she started, she came out in this weird magician type outfit. I think she was like the star of the show, is what her gimmick was, and a top hat, the little tie,
Mm-hmm.
losing, and then now look at her. She's a fucking badass
Yeah.
in the Dark Order. But I almost feel like she'll get bigger this year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so I'll go Sheeta as a baby face that actually people are behind, people are rooting for, people want to see her win, and
Mm-hmm.
we talk about that a lot. Is if you're a baby face that everyone likes, that's fucking saying something. So I'll go Hikaru Shida.
Ugh, man. Like, so I feel like as far as like Sheeta's concerned, if she's the women's champion, like because she's had that for a while. She's had it since like this summer, hasn't she? Like she's had it for a hot minute.
She's had it for a minute.
Yeah, so I feel like she was somebody that like was already more established than everybody else on this list.
Okay.
You know what? You see where I'm coming from?
Yeah.
Like so.
I see where you're coming from.
I agree with like with like what you're talking about with Anna Jay, or was it Tay Conti?
Anna Jay, she's gotten so much better. I mean, from her first match against Sheeta, and then from the last one she had against Sheeta, like her demeanor, her presence, her aura, she just gives off that I'm a fucking bad bitch vibe.
Right.
Again, I almost feel like this is gonna be the year where she just
clicks. No, I agree.
Behind her,
for sure. The two that I'm actually like pretty torn on, and actually picking, these would be like my two choices is Big Swole and Penelope Ford. And this is just for me personally, because I didn't know either of these wrestlers before I watched AEW, and so when I first saw Big Swole, I was like, oh shit, okay, this is what's up. And then, you know, she came out, she did her thing with Britt Baker. The whole
Britt Baker, I liked. I
like that feud. I didn't like the match that it culminated in, where they were in her dentist's office. I didn't get that. I know like Britt was hurt, and it probably like helped her out more with, you know, doing something like that. But I really dug the stuff with Britt Baker, and you know she's done some other good stuff here and there, but at the same time she hasn't really lived up to that same feud that she had with Britt Baker.
Yeah. I almost feel like she fell off the face of the earth, unless she's on Dark all the time, which I don't watch.
I think she is on Dark all the time, but she's still a really good wrestler. Like she's got skills. Like she definitely does. Penelope Ford, for me, like, I didn't know who she was. I thought she was just Kip Sabian's girlfriend manager. I didn't even know she wrestled.
Yeah.
And then I think it was her versus Sheeta for the women's title. And that match was a fucking banger. Like, a good women's wrestling match. Like, it was really good. And I really dug it. And so that like really put Penelope on the map for me. And then the match that she had this week, I can't remember who it was against, but that was a really good match. But the thing about Penelope is she hasn't really had like a feud with anyone.
No.
So like those are the two that I really want to pick because I really enjoy both of them. But at the same time, I gotta side with you. Sheeta is probably your best bet for a breakout star.
Yeah.
Just because of everything that she's accomplished with going against Abaddon, and she's really like that whole thing with Abaddon. Like I really thought Abaddon could have taken the title from her with the way that story was going in their rivalry.
I mean, she had a feud with Abaddon. She had the feud with Thunder Rosa for a while.
Ooh, yeah, she did.
Thunder, and who I'm wearing today. Look at my Thunder Rosa shirt today. But yeah, I want to say she's been front to back, beginning to end, consistent and damn good. The other ones start stop, but at the same time, you can't blame them. I mean, it's the booking. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like Swole was somebody at the start I wasn't really huge on. Her theme song annoyed me. What you got?
Like, Swole.
Swole. No, it was annoying. But she ended up turning me again, like with her against Britt Baker, and I'm like, this shit is enjoyable. This shit is funny. I love watching this. Basura Baker is what she kept calling her, and I'd laugh and laugh and laugh. Then Britt was in the wheelchair. Britt in the wheelchair. I almost say breakout for her too, because she started kind of stale babyface, and once she got hurt, she was amazing. But Britt's more established. But yes, Sheeta.
All right. So the next one is the biggest beatdown, which is Inner Circle jumps Orange Cassidy.
Okay.
Dark Order attacks Nightmare Family. That, man.
Bro.
Nyla Rose puts Riho and Sheeta through tables. Brian Cage sneak attacks John Moxley. The Nightmare Family and Inner Circle brawl. This is a no-brainer.
No.
It's Dark Order attacks Nightmare Family, and if you say any other different, you're fucking lying to yourself.
It's the truth. That shit, it started with a squash match against Cody. He beat this, what was it, 3 minutes, 4 minutes? It was like, what the fuck just happened?
It wasn't even that long, I don't think.
And then everyone got destroyed after that. Anna Jay, the Queen Slayer, choking Brandy out, them beating the shit. It made you realize that, like, oh shit, the Dark Order actually could be good. You know, them on BTE made them funny and made them enjoyable to watch there, because I'm like, all right, these guys got personalities. But at the same time, on TV, they're supposed to be this cult that are just, it's just stupid looking. Yeah. That made them look like, oh shit, they're pretty dope. Especially now that you realize Brody Lee's their boss and Brody Lee's fucking psycho and yeah, without a doubt. I mean, it's almost like you don't even need to. We don't even need to discuss it anymore. That is hands down. That's it.
Yeah, for sure. So moving on.
First, sweeps the ballots. First round, you're in. You're in.
Exactly. So the High Flyer Award is Ray Phoenix, Mark Quinn, and Nick Jackson and Pac. Why isn't Matt Jackson on here? Can't he be also counted as a high flyer? I'm confused. But I'm gonna go with Ray Phoenix. I don't think like Pac is good, but he hasn't been around. Like, he hasn't been around to display the high flying stuff. Nick Jackson, he's mostly a tag team, and it's all stuff with his brother. Mark Quinn, same thing, tag team with his brother. He had the really good match for the TNT title against Cody. That was really good. But other than that, I mean, it's all tag team stuff with him. So Ray Phoenix.
Phoenix does stuff that just should not be done. Like, you watch him do it, like, what the hell? The freaking, what was it? The springboard out the ring Canadian Destroyer? Like, just, the man's amazing. That match with him and Kenny Omega still was one of the best fucking, like, free matches.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. That shit was free on TV, dog.
Dude, he had a match with his match against Pentagon in the tournament. He had a match against Nick Jackson when Matt was out hurt. I think it was Nick's first singles match in, like, or say ever or years. Phoenix, without a doubt, man. The dude's fucking otherworldly. So, and I love Pentagon. I love Pentagon, but holy shit, Phoenix, man. This was this is the year of Phoenix. Like, almost like a phoenix rising from the ashes.
For sure. On a side note, these Pabst Blue Ribbon hard tea peaches, don't ever buy them.
Dude, I don't know if you mentioned it, but we always record this on Skype and record a video. We always have video form. So every once in a while, I tease wanting to put stuff on video. I'm kind of maybe nervous because I've been drinking this Stone Cold IPA and I'm still sipping it, and I have a feeling that people are going to watch me. They're going to be like, Dick can't drink for shit. Like, this shit's strong, man. I'm not an IPA guy. I'm sorry.
Just so you guys know, this may end up on YouTube later. So we'll move on real quick, though.
Everyone who's over here hanging out again, come on, bro.
So the next category is the hardest moment to clean up after. And just looking at this, like, I already know who won this.
Okay.
Orange Cassidy drops orange juice on the inner circle.
Okay.
The parking lot brawl, the bunkhouse match, Big Swole dumps on garbage on Britt Baker. It's Orange Cassidy drops orange juice on the inner circle. Like there's no debate on that. Like,
yeah, that's kind of like a little jokey gimmick category. But I just want to say that fucking parking lot brawl was the shit.
It was. Oh, for sure. No, I agree. But I just don't see how that would be harder to clean up than orange juice everywhere. Like so
yeah, that one's that one.
Yeah, so we'll move on. Biggest what the fuck moment.
Ooh.
Cody Rhodes steel cage moonsault. Jesus Christ, that thing was insane. Sammy Guevara hit by golf cart. Kenny Omega wins AEW World Championship and walks out of AEW. Bloody Britt Baker versus Sheeta. Young Bucks frog splash off the stadium railing.
Ooh, biggest what the fuck moment. Bro, that Britt Baker bloody face immortalized on a t-shirt, which is dope as shit.
Mm-hmm.
But oh man. So the first one was the Cody moonsault. What was the second one?
Sammy Guevara hit by golf cart.
See, that was funny. So I think the what made me scream what the fuck is that Cody moonsault. Holy shit. I was fucking scared out of my mind when that shit happened. Imagine being in the crowd seeing that. Oh my god, no. Biggest what the fuck, Cody doing that moonsault, which was scary, terrifying, especially because we've seen him do it in WWE before. He did, was it him and Goldust against the New Age Outlaws? And I remember when he did it, I don't think Road Dogg caught him. It kind of like caught his arm, and it was fucking terrifying.
Yeah.
So did it again, and you're just like, don't do this shit. I saw it happen before, but no, Cody doing that moonsault in the match against Wardlow, which was really fucking good.
Yeah. So I agree with you, just because, like, so I was watching the Go Big show. I do enjoy that. That's actually a pretty good show. But he talks about it. I think it's in the first episode, and he said that he broke his fucking toes doing that. God. Like, that just adds to the what the fuck. Like, you broke your fucking toes? Like, what the fuck? Like, why would you? I don't know. But it's definitely, to me, the Cody Rhodes steel cage moonsault. It's something that they're still talking about.
So show it.
We see the highlights of it all the time. Like,
they show that in the promos, like in the commercials, like next AEW Dynamite or whatever. They always show that shit. Just him stand, and then after the match too. I mean, it wasn't during the moonsault. It was after the match, and he climbed it and just was standing up there. Like, man, that was fucking epic ass fucking moment, man.
Fuck yeah! So the next one is the LOL award. The first nominee is Jericho and MJF. Le Dinner Debonair.
Le Dinner Debonair, okay.
Britt Baker waxes Tony Schiavone. Young Bucks kick MJF into a pool. Inner Circle Vegas trip. I'm gonna go with the Inner Circle Vegas trip. That, like, the Le Dinner Debonair was funny, and I really liked it. Like, I know, like, a lot of guys shit on it and didn't really care for it, but I liked it. I thought it was funny. So yeah, I'm definitely down. But I'm definitely down for the Inner Circle Vegas trip. Like, that, watching the skits from that was fucking hilarious.
Yeah, the Dinner Debonair was, at first, you're kind of like, WTF. All right, what's going on? What is this? And it felt awkward. They felt, they didn't sound on key. They sounded pitchy. They sound awkward. But in the end, you're kind of like, all right, that shit was pretty good. That Vegas trip was amazing. Every single segment, man, it was so damn good. I mean, the cameos in it. They met Conan, who had all the the smoke when they got out the car. Fucking Hornswoggle, just in a pamper or whatever the fuck he was. Yeah. Dude, that Inner Circle thing was great, and then. It went to show you that everybody in the Inner Circle had a personality too. Even Jake Hagar was pretty fucking funny. So Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. LOL moment, Inner Circles Vegas trip.
Bet. All right. The next is the best Twitter follow. And one of these, I'm not really sure how he got on here. The first one is MJF. The second one is Orange Cassidy. The third one is Britt Baker. And the fourth one is Nyla Rose. And honestly, I don't really care for any of these on Twitter. Like,
I mean, if you want to get into it, you could do MJF because he's the only one that stays in fucking character on Twitter. He's a fucking asshole. Dick.
That's what I was thinking. Is like MJF is probably the only one that I would vote for, but at the same time, I don't really care for any of these on Twitter.
Yeah, when Britt was going in her. When Britt was in the wheelchair conspiracy gimmick, she was pretty good on Twitter, funny wise. But she does, she still posts a lot of, not kayfabe, Adam Cole pictures and stuff. But I'd go MJF
for sure. I guess I don't see a lot of Orange Cassidy on Twitter, so I don't really know how he got on this list.
He interacts with his fans. He'll retweet stuff, okay. But as far as like MJF is just he's a tool everywhere. I mean, if you were to get an autograph from him, a lot of times he doesn't sign his shit, or he won't even sign his autograph. He won't even put his name. He'll put something stupid on it. Like, what a dick. He lives the gimmick, man.
For sure. So yeah. MJF, I'm cool with that. Nyla Rose, like, she's kind of cool on Twitter, but like she doesn't do anything that I'm just like, oh shit, like blah blah blah.
If this was if this was a 108 tournament, she would not move along.
No, she would not. So let's see here. Okay, last category, Bleacher Report pay-per-view moment of the year.
Ooh, okay.
Stadium Stampede. Moxley wins AEW Championship. Shida wins AEW Women's Championship. Omega and Page defeat the Young Bucks. Darby Allin wins TNT title from Cody. The Young Bucks win AEW Tag Team title.
Okay. Let me talk through this one. Okay. So Moxley winning that title was important. He was like basically the big free agent, came over. I mean, Jericho was a huge signing, but he signed with the company before it was even, when the company was announced. Right. So Mox was the one that came over in the pay-per-view. Surprised everybody. I mean, surprised everybody. But so him winning it finally was like, great. This is why Jericho was the first champion, because we needed to have Moxley beat him. His promo at the end of it, because I think this all happened in Revolution in Chicago. So the promo at the end was great. Moxley is one of the best fucking promos out there. There's the reason why when we did our draft, I picked him number one. He's fucking great, man, all around. But that Page Omega Young Bucks match was the fucking match of the year in AEW. And I remember watching that in my damn basement with my friends. At the time, my favorite fucking wrestler, which I'll bring it up again, my favorite fucking wrestler at the time was Marty Scurll. And every week I was saying, Marty's coming to AEW. This is the week. Fucking Hangman in that match was teasing Marty the entire time. He was doing Marty's taunts. He was doing Marty's moves. And the entire time, I'm just like, you son of a bitch. It's happening. It's happening. So, I just remember that moment, too, in that match. But that match it might be the greatest fucking match of the year in all promotions, man. So, that's my moment of the year.
Yeah, So, the hard thing for me is I didn't see any of these. I like the one pay-per-view I watched, I think it was...
You watched All Out.
Yeah. And who was the title match in that? Was that Moxley versus Cage?
Was that Moxley Cage or wasn't Moxley?
I'm pretty sure that was Moxley Cage.
Might have been Moxley.
Yeah,
Cage.
it was Moxley Cage because fucking Taz threw in the towel, so we didn't even get a clean finish.
Okay. The orange towel.
So the one pay-per-view I watch, I can't even get a clean finish. Man. You know what? Like, I'm going to go with the Young Bucks win AEW tag team titles.
That was a good fucking match.
Yeah, so I've seen the highlights from it and all that, and yeah, it was a really good fucking match. I think it signaled something for the Bucks. Excuse me, I think it signaled something for the Bucks and for AEW. They were both tag teams, FTR and the Young Bucks, were able to display everything that they were able to do. I think that was huge. So I'm going to go with that. I do agree the Moxley winning the AEW championship was fucking massive. That thing was huge. That definitely showed, hey, AEW has just arrived. We have Jon Moxley as our world champion. Like, that was the signal. That was sending, the flag up saying AEW's here. But just the whole Young Bucks and FTR thing, that was something that had been building for years and years.
Yeah.
Trying to get that match to happen. And it finally happened. And so I think that of all of them has to be probably the biggest pay-per-view moment of the year. To me. That's just my opinion.
I got you. It's a moment where, it was built up and it finally fucking happened. So it's a moment in that way. Just that damn Omega. Woo, that Omega and Page against the Bucks match. Man, oh man, that match.
No, and I heard nothing but like great things about that match as well. But just
dope.
To me, being like an FTR fan, I can dig the Bucks on certain days. Like certain days, I'm just like, please stop being bitchy little, whatever.
They have their moments.
Like, if I could get more Matt Jackson and less Nick Jackson, that'd be great.
Really?
I like Matt Jackson.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. It's kind of like I like Nick, and I almost feel Matt overacts too much sometimes. So kind of cool. That's a cool little.
Yeah. I just don't really like, just don't care for Nick. I think Nick's the one that mainly like kills it for me in the Young Bucks. Like, I don't know.
Interesting.
I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just one of life's great mysteries, or maybe it's something I'll figure out someday. I don't know. Moving on though. This will probably be okay. So let's see here. Gosh dang it, that topic took a long time. So we're gonna skip over a couple things, and we're gonna go straight to we're gonna talk about Dynamite last night. How about that? Dynamite. So, man, I don't watch Dynamite as much live like I used to. I usually watch it like Thursday right before we record. Last night while I was doing my class, though, I had it up on the TV, kind of looking up every now and then whenever we had a break or, whenever there was a pause in my class. And it seemed like every time I looked up, something sloppy was happening. Like something not good was happening. And like I would look up and just see what was going on the TV, and I'd be like, what the fuck is going on up here? Mainly it was, let's see here. It was the Top Flight match, the tag team match with Seidel, Private Party, and Matt Hardy, in which JR is quoted as saying, does it really matter? While they were doing a move in the ring. So, which I totally agree with him. Because of how poorly executed the moves were being performed in the ring. It was bad. Like, and I get Top Flight, super young guys. But it's just one of those things like, I don't know. I feel like Top Flight, they're one of those guys that they should not be performing on Dynamite. Like, you have such a stacked tag team division on Dynamite that you should be able to stash those guys away on Dark and let them hone their craft. Or definitely not put them in a match against Private Party, who are experienced but not as experienced as you would want them to be working with someone as young as Top Flight. That's just my opinion.
I got you. We've got Premier Amp is calling in to talk about Top Flight right now. No, I'm joking.
Oh, I thought you were serious. I was like, well,
no,
let's go.
No, that match was sloppy, and you know how I am with JR calling out the fucking product in the ring, but man, when moves that they were doing hit, and when they land, when they look good, it's okay. Don't call out the moves if they look good. You know what I mean?
Right.
Now, when they're shitty and sloppy and they're doing fucking backflips and missing and landing on their head instead, and then when you start saying it, it's like, you're right about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are so young. What are they, 20, 21, 19, some shit like that, and yeah, agreeing with what you said with Private Party. When Private Party first started, they were green. They weren't botchy and sloppy, though. They seemed very methodical, and each move was taking its time to set up, and they were just, it's like, oh man, just do the fucking move already. Whereas opposed to this match that happened on Dynamite, it just was fucking sloppy as shit. They were just going a little too fast. Yeah, I mean, that is just off night, man. I mean, it was one of those nights. I mean, even fucking Jericho botched the Lion Salt that night. It just,
yeah, that was the next thing I was going to bring up. I was like, dang, dude, Jericho really just like fucked that up real fucking bad.
Yeah. Age. I think I might. Is that the second Lion Salt I've ever seen him fuck up? Third. I'll take that back. I think one the rope broke. One.
Oh yeah.
One. Was it against Eddie? It might have been against Eddie in like WCW, I want to say, where he did it, fucking jumped back, didn't flip, and Eddie knew he saw it, and he fucking kneed him up.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
And he just like kind of doesn't go all the way, and fucking, otherwise he would have landed on his fucking neck while it was backwards, and Eddie like kind of kicked him up and basically saved his fucking life. So like, if those are the only 3 damn Lion Salts that I can remember from Jericho's career that he fucked up, he's Teflon. You can't fuck with that guy, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, it just was so rushed, man. And I don't know, it could be a case of the product today where the guys are just doing, pure moves, and maybe that's why you like FTR so much, man. No flips, just fists.
How often do you see them botching their moves?
Yeah, when all you do are fucking, right hands and leg drops and hooks.
When was the last time FTR bought some?
All right, Ken W.O., calm yourself.
Yeah.
Nah, it was a sloppy night. It was an off night. I mean, it is something that is rampant in AEW. I do notice there are botches a lot, especially from the high flyers, but it's just, I guess it comes with the territory. I mean, when they were on, they would be fucking face the shit out of them.
Yeah. No, and I get that. It's just, just super young guys. I understand, like, wanting to get your younger guys out there and getting them attention, but it's just, fuck, man. I don't know. I don't know if it was just, like, an off night for a lot of guys or what it is, and I understand, like, off nights happen. But when it's, like, almost your whole show that something off happens, it's like, what the fuck? Like, what is going on? You know what I mean? So, I don't know, man. But yeah, it was super sloppy on Dynamite. And I love AEW. Like I just expressed earlier in the show, I really like AEW and I really like Dynamite. But yeah, I'm sure Chris Jericho's just going to be so happy about the comments people are making about his Lion Salt. So, but from one old man to another, news broke today that Sting and Darby Allin are going against Brian Cage and Ricky Starks in a tag team street fight
It's
at
happening.
Revolution. Holy
It's
shit.
happening.
Sting is finally going to do something. I'm sure he will just be swinging that bat around like he has been since he showed up. But thankfully, he'll finally actually be doing more than just standing there with the bat and swinging it.
I'm sensing something cinematic. If it's a street fight, I'm sensing they're going to do something similar to the parking lot brawl, but not as violent. I had texted you guys basically. I'm like, well, you don't got to take a bump in a street fight. I mean, it's a walk and brawl. So
that's pretty much all it is.
But I mean, we're finally going to see Sting do some shit. And we might actually finally see some people get their hands on Sting. If anything, it's probably going to be Ricky Starks because I don't know if they want to have Cage go after him and to be believable.
Fuck it, let Cage get him.
Yeah, who better? Who better than Cage?
Nobody.
About time though, man. We've been talking about it. We've been asking for it. It's finally going to happen. We're going to see Sting do something, and it'd be awesome if it does start in the street, in the back area. And then finish the ring where Sting can do a death drop or something. And but no, it's about time. I'm happy. I'm excited. And also, that new Sting shirt they released is dope as fuck.
It's so much better than the first one. I'm so fucking mad. I saw it, and I was so close to being like, I'm gonna order it. But then my wife would have just fucking.
Hey. Tell her that, be like, listen, Dick bought a fucking Chalkline NWO jacket. This is nothing.
I know. I need to start, sending her, your pictures of whenever you buy stuff. And being like, yeah, you think what I'm doing is bad. Look what Dick is doing.
I tell you, so I've been eyeing that jacket for fucking weeks because
I know.
Fucking guys on Twitter, they're like, yeah, the only one they have in the size is medium, and I'm like, ooh, really? Good. I asked my wife, so is it crazy if I buy this fucking jacket that after taxes come out to $40? And she's like, it's not bad, it's a jacket. I go, look,
how much?
After taxes, $140.
Oh fuck! I thought you only said 40. I was like, bro, that's cheap as fuck.
It was $120, and after shipping and taxes, it came out to $140. It's a fucking chalk line. So I tell her and I go, look, because I'm trying to I want this motherfucker. I tell her, I go, look, it's either this or I buy fucking 5 t-shirts. And she goes, get the fucking jacket.
Get the fucking jacket.
She's like, no more shirts. Get the jacket. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, no. Lauren actually got mad at me yesterday because I bought this hoodie that I'm wearing. Gotcha. And this is going to be my little spiel. I bought this hoodie. Mainly because 60% of the proceeds go to suicide or veteran suicide awareness, ending veteran suicide, 22 a day. Huge advocate for that. If you're a veteran and you need help, get help. I'm a huge advocate for that. So bought the hoodie, and my wife's like, "Stop buying clothes." I'm like, it was for a good reason. Donating while getting a hoodie. But anyway, yeah, so.
Mine was just because I wanted to look too sweet and be NWO
See, exactly. So now the next time she says something, I'm like, well, at least I bought mine for a cause. Dick's just buying coats for no reason.
No fucking reason. Oh, man. I'm pulling that one. That's the clip I'm pulling. Dick's just buying coats for no fucking reason. I can't wait to for my wife. She's going to love that.
Right. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, real quick, though, going to plug this website, nvf.org. It's a veteran-to-veteran suicide prevention hotline. I know a lot of guys that I served with previously. They have a lot easier time opening up to guys who have also served. So if you need help, please look into that. There's several resources online. So please, if you need help, seek help. The world is definitely a better place with you in it.
Nice.
So that's my soapbox for the night.
Hey,
So anyway, moving on real quick. I think that about does it for our AEW stuff. Now we're about to get into something that I have been waiting to get into since it happened on Monday, and this is like the one thing that I was happy about that happened on Monday was
Randy Orton wearing a mask.
Oh my God, I'm hanging up. Hanging up on you. The podcast is over. We're disbanding.
It's over. It's done. Didn't I say that the other day?
I don't know. I don't know what the fuck you said the other day, but you definitely. No, right. It's not that.
Go back.
Damn it. No. It is Alexa Bliss beat Asuka, but the thing is like the way people are reacting online, they're acting like she just like beat the absolute fuck out of her. Like, so I watched the match earlier today. I didn't get a chance to watch it, but just watching the way everyone was reacting from Monday until now about how that happened, like, this is something I've been pounding the table for since the whole Alexa joining the Fiend and stuff like that. I said it in a previous episode, I can't remember which one, but it's there, where I said if they're gonna do this with Alexa, she eventually needs to get in the ring and just start fucking running rampant on the women's division and just squashing motherfuckers. I finally got my wish, right?
Yeah.
She gets in the ring. It's actually like a decent match to start with. Like, it's, you know, I'm not saying like the rest of it was bad. The rest of it was really good. But anyway, got in the ring. They're going back and forth, kind of doing some stuff. Alexa's getting some offense, but not a whole lot. Asuka's kind of doing this thing. All of a sudden, it goes black. You know, the typical Fiend thing.
Yeah.
Lights come back up. She's got like black lipstick on, dressed in all black, and all of a sudden, like, she's no-selling everything Asuka is throwing at her. Like, everything. Like, this is her Fiend. Like, this is Alexa as the Fiend, pretty much.
Yeah.
And she's like no-selling all this stuff. There's a sick, and I'm sure like it was a sound that was probably added at some point. I'm not 100% sure, but there was a knee that Asuka threw that sounded fucking sick. It sounded like legitimately a kneecap going into a skull. And like Alexa no-sold the shit out of it. Like, she kind of went down, but then like got right back up, and I was like, oh fuck. Alexa's about to kill this lady. She didn't, but it turned out really good. And the way this storyline is going, this is exactly what you want to see. People have been pounding the table for months, ever since Asuka got the title, the women's title for Raw, for a challenger to Asuka's title. Now they have it, and now people are complaining. Oh, Asuka got squashed on Raw. Blah, blah, blah. It's very much an Abaddon Sheeta angle where Sheeta's freaked the fuck out by Abaddon. Now Asuka's freaked out by Alexa. And they're going about it different ways, but they're along the same lines. And it's just like, you can't have it both ways, man. Like, especially with this character, if you're going to build it the same way you built the Fiend, which is a lot of like what they're doing, because she is aligned with the Fiend, you know what I mean? It was going to happen. It was going to happen. I don't see a title shot happening anytime soon. If it does happen, maybe at the Royal Rumble, but I don't know if they're going to sell it that quick. I could see Alexa winning the Women's Royal Rumble, and it's going to be Asuka versus Alexa at the Royal Rumble.
See, now, I agree with you. Asuka's needed a challenger. Asuka's needed somebody to go against that has, that will give her a fight. The reason I think people are pissed off about it is that Alexa just straight up went to Asuka and beat the shit out of her.
But who better to sell it, though?
Build it up. That's the thing, man. But that's the thing. Too many times are there challengers where it's always the champion loses a non-title match and right away. I hate that shit. Give me some fucking... Have her run rampant over everybody that doesn't fucking matter. Have Alexa go nuts against Dana Brooke. No one gives a shit about her. Have Alexa go nuts over Peyton Royce. Have Alexa go nuts over who else could she go? Mandy Rose. She could go against the tag team of Mandy and Dana. Each week she destroys. Then go against Peyton. Then go against Asuka. So that Asuka's watching this person, seeing her, holy shit, Alexa's fucking crazy. You know, we thought Asuka's crazy. Alexa's crazy.
But that's sorry, I didn't mean to.
But I think that's what people are getting angry about. It's just like this. Alexa flips this switch and defeats the champion in one night. That's the thing. I prefer the build-up. Now, yes, it's cool. It's cool that Alexa's finally kind of fiendish now. You know, she's the alternate, the female version of the Fiend, which is about time they did. I haven't been a fan of the storyline too much, but at least that's clicking. We're like, all right, well now because of where the fuck's Bray at? We don't know where Bray is. So finally, she's doing it for him. But I think that's the main thing for me was that it's just like, all right, I hate the challenger beating the champion and then right away in a non-title. It's just that's wrestling 101, honestly. So I shouldn't be mad about it.
So my thing about that is if they would have done it the same way, like what you're talking about, then you would have had all these fans and all these people going, oh, WWE's just copying AEW now. They're doing exactly what AEW did with Abaddon. Da-da-da-da-da. Like, I get what you're saying. No, I get it. Like, I'm not trying to, like...
No, hey, that's what...
Yeah. It's just...
Talk it out. That's all, baby. It's all good.
That's what would have happened, though. Is if that would have happened, people would have been like, well, AEW just did that with Abaddon. Why is WWE copying AEW? Like, yeah. I'm not always an advocate for WWE. A lot of the stuff they do is wrong and sucks. But this is something that I've been waiting for, and I cannot wait to see where this goes. I definitely hope it goes to... I'm hoping it goes to Alexa wins the Royal Rumble, and there is a match at WrestleMania between the two. And I hope it is a feud that's built up over the next couple months. I hope this isn't just a one-time thing, and now all of a sudden Asuka's world champion after the Royal Rumble. Like, build this up. Build it up. This is your money right now. This is your moneymaker right now. You have nobody else to challenge Asuka unless you have, like, Bianca Belair win the Royal Rumble, unless you have one of these other up-and-coming women to win the Royal Rumble, or Tessa Blanchard, there's that name again, comes out of nowhere and wins it. You don't have anyone else. There's not anyone else unless all of a sudden now you're just going to pull Charlotte out of her feud with Lacey Evans and the weird, sugar daddy angle that they have going on.
You can't even do that because Asuka and Charlotte are tag champs together. I remember that. I didn't remember that until you said it. I'm like, oh yeah, they're tag champs.
Yeah. So this is your feud. This is your feud as WWE that you need to start building around. You need to start building Alexa back up to try to fill the void that Becky Lynch left after Seth knocked her up.
See, though, that's what I was saying with the you need to build her up, not just shoot her right into the hot shot angle. Build her. I mean, WWE has 3 hours of Raw. You can do it. You could have built her up over Raw. Over one episode, she could have picked a wrestler off each hour. Every other segment, she could have picked one off leading up to her match against Asuka, where when she finally went against her, it was like, oh, fuck. Mm-hmm. But, oh well. But no, you are right. Otherwise, Asuka's just going to, which we talked about recently, where Asuka just was the champ with no one there. Going, random title match against this person, random title match against this person, random title. Now at least someone's a formidable foe for her. So, No. Honestly, I don't really. I'm trying to think of which side of the fence I stand on, but it was more so I like playing devil's advocate against you. I saw how worked up you are for it. I'm like, let me go against you.
Hey man, this is my thing. Like I said, this is something I've been pounding my fist on the table for ever since she aligned with the Fiend. Like I've been begging for this. I've been pounding my fist on the table. I've been wanting this to happen. It's finally happening. Stop fucking complaining about it, other people, not directed at Dick, and just fucking enjoy this because I think it's gonna be really, really fucking good, and y'all just need to calm your goddamn tits. End rant.
It's true.
Stepping off my soapbox.
Man, how many soapboxes do you have over there? Or is it layers? I think you have layers of soapboxes.
Wait, hold on. I might have another one coming up. Hold on, let me double check my notes.
Wait a minute, time out. I haven't been negative. Have I been the positive one today still or no? I don't even know. I think
we've both did a turn. I've been drinking a lot of twisted teas, so I might be a little bit more worked up than I normally am.
You might be. I'm not a heel. You told me I can't be a heel, so I don't know.
Lies. Lies and slander.
What else? Go off about. Let's hear it.
All right, so next up, I got SmackDown is now the A show. This is something we'll probably agree on. Yeah, I watched SmackDown. I watched SmackDown last Friday, and way better than anything Raw has put on the air since the pandemic started. Way better. The Roman Reigns angle, I know how much you hate him, has been awesome. Adam Pearce has been great in that angle. The whole trickery that he had with having Kevin Owens sign the contract because he was like, my knee hurts. The schedule's subject to change. Oh, look, I have a replacement for you. Was awesome. I really liked it. Because I didn't really expect that to happen. The only reason why I even knew it was going to happen is because I saw it on Twitter before I watched it, because I watched it Saturday morning. I wouldn't have, because I really thought they were going to go through with it, where they were just going to have Roman Reigns beat the fuck out of Adam Pearce. I was like, what the fuck? They couldn't come up with anything better? But no. They did good. And I know, a lot of people are like, oh, we've already seen this. Cool. But this is still going to be something I think is going to be really good. Kevin Owens, he typically puts on a really good match. Him versus Roman Reigns in the Last Man Standing, I think is going to be really good. Just my opinion.
Yeah. Raw is hard to watch, man. Raw is brutal to watch. It's brutal to get through. It's that bad, huh?
It's not good, but I'm gonna keep drinking it because we still got stuff to go.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Raw's even brutal to read recaps of. Raw's brutal to watch, what culture ups and downs about, because I'm like, this shit's tough.
Well, notice I only had the one topic: Alexa and Asuka. That's it, dude.
Yeah. Ugh. And that's what sucks, because they got a lot of fucking wrestlers on there that I like, but it's just, I don't care about that show, man. At least SmackDown's got Daniel Bryan. SmackDown's got Sami Zayn. SmackDown's, when he
they're
gets...
They're starting to book Shinsuke to be awesome.
He turned face. So yeah, you got Shinsuke finally, and Daniel Bryan is actually losing because he's booking him. So he wants himself to lose to put over other people, which hopefully it's to him building up to win the Rumble. But it really is. It's the A show. I still don't like the main event on the damn show, but
Yeah.
Other than that, I mean, it's true. I would take 2 hours of SmackDown before I take 3 horrible hours of Monday Night Raw, man.
Yeah, and that's what I was getting ready to say is it's so much easier to follow SmackDown because there's only 2 hours. easy peasy. As long as the product's good, I could definitely set my phone down for an hour or two and watch SmackDown. Commercial break, cool. Phone for a little bit, it's back. Set my phone back down. Commercial break, bam, phone back down. You know, like during Raw, I'm fucking around on my phone most of the time in our group chat talking to Premier Amp and Buzz because of how bad Raw is. Before I eventually, an hour and a half in, go, you know what? Fuck this, I'm done. And I shut it off and I'm like, guys, I'm going to bed. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Yeah,
like,
it's
just, it's so bad. It's so bad. And the thing that gets me is like, I feel like they're trying to have edgier content, but there's a difference between having edgy good content and bad edgy content.
Yeah.
And yes, the product has gotten edgier on Raw, and it's gotten edgier on SmackDown, but it's been good content on Raw or on SmackDown.
Yeah.
And it's been bad, very bad on Raw. Like the whole segment with fucking Gilbert and that out of shape Drew McIntyre that they brought out, like
I don't know what the fuck.
I didn't watch it, but I didn't need to know that it was bad. Anything with Gilbert and a fat out of shape Drew McIntyre is probably not going to be very good. That's just my opinion.
No, it's true. Honestly, talk shows, wrestling talk shows are not. There's too many of them.
Bailey's was good though with Bianca.
Yeah. But you got Alexa's Playground or whatever the fuck that is. You got Bailey doing one. You've got Miz TV. You've got on AEW. Britt did one last week. Thanks, she didn't do it again. But you've just got all these fucking talk. Just stop with the fucking talk shows. It's just do back fucking stage interview sections. Fuck with the talk shows, man. God, you're gonna get me going now. Jeez.
Yes.
God, I fucking hate talk shows. It's even dating the day, like just the best one I think was Jericho's. What was Jericho's called? The highlight reel.
Yes, the highlight reel.
Shot to the fucking TV. The Jeritron.
The Jeritron 5000.
It's up a storyline. This other shit's just I don't care.
Yeah.
Except the Brit one last week, I liked it because of fucking Rebel cracking up in the background and Brit's reactions when Cody was out there fucking getting smacked and the Velvet what was her name? Red Velvet was getting slapped and very Jerry. So it made me.
I fucking love Jade Cargill,
bro. You all right? Man. Who would win in a match? Jade? Who do you want? Jade or Jordan Grace?
That's not fair. You can't ask that right now.
W Impact shit right there, man.
I would enjoy that match. That'd be a really good match.
I don't know how. You would definitely enjoy that match.
Well, I need to see Jade Cargill in the ring, though. I haven't seen her in the ring since she debuted. Like, she just comes out yelling at people.
100%.
Cody.
Yeah, 100%. I need to see her in the ring. She is a fucking
unit.
She would destroy me. I'm terrified of her, bro.
She's a fucking unit, dude. I see her. I'm just like, man, I will never have a six-pack like that. That shit is out.
Her definition, her cut, her everything. I'm like, I'm fine.
Don't hit me.
Don't. She would slap me and I would fucking wake up next week.
Oh man. All right, so that does it for the WWE talk. We all agree SmackDown's the A show. If you don't like it, feel free to add us at WPod Wrestling and we can talk about it, Ken. If you don't know who I'm talking about, look up at Ken WO. You'll understand instantly. So my last segment for the night. This is a new segment that I'm debuting.
Ooh, what is this one? I'm ready.
This is my Ring of Honor minute.
Are we gonna time this?
No, we're not gonna actually.
Oh, okay.
So as we talked about on previous episodes, I've gotten more into Ring of Honor. I watched this week's episode of Ring of Honor. I hadn't watched any episodes before that. They're only an hour long. You know, not too bad. Nothing crazy. But there's only like 2 matches on it, which is kind of weird, but whatever. So this week they had, let's see here. They had a pure match between, gosh dang it, I can't remember his name now. You done jacked me up.
Well, okay, while you look for that, explain what exactly is the pure division.
So for those of you that don't know, the pure division is a division in Ring of Honor that in it, I mean, it's a lot of technical wrestling, right? There's no closed fists. During the match, you only get 3 rope breaks. If you use all 3 of those, even if you get to the rope, there's no rope break. Like the wrestler doing the submission can't be disqualified for having the submission on you for the past the count of 5. If you do hit someone with the closed fist, it's a warning. And I think if you hit them again, you're disqualified and you're done. Non-title matches are 15 minutes. I think title matches are 30. And so if it does go to a 15 or 30-minute time limit, it goes to judges who score the match based off of course, basic, wrestling rules.
I like it. I dig it.
I dig it a lot, too. You can get out of the ring. But it's only for like 20 seconds. So, okay. You can only get out of the ring for 20 seconds and you have to get back in. Anyway, so I found it. So this week, first of all, if you get the chance, go back and watch Final Battle and watch the match between Jonathan Gresham and Flip Gordon. That match was a fucking banger for the Pure Division. Awesome. Loved it. Anyway, this week, though, on Ring of Honor, they had Rhett Titus versus Flip Gordon. Now, if you don't know who Rhett Titus is, he belongs to the faction called the Foundation, which consists of himself, Jonathan Gresham, Jonathan Gresham, damn it, he was in Impact. Fuck.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not keen with the.
The name is spacing on me right now. It's Jonathan Gresham, Rhett Titus. Let me see here. I'm trying to pull it up.
Lethal?
Yeah, no. Jay Lethal.
Yes, oh, shit.
Jay Lethal. And I'm not exactly sure who the 4th member is. But anyway, they're strictly pure wrestlers. Like, that's all they do is the pure matches. They're very much like Honor, shake hands before the match, shake hands after the match. And the whole match between Rhett and Flip Gordon is because Flip Gordon refused to shake hands with Jonathan Gresham after their match at Final Battle. And so that's pretty much like the whole storyline around the match. It was a very good match. Came down to like the final seconds where Flip Gordon finally got the pin. Very good, but shortly after, Flip Gordon was suspended from the Pure Division. Now, once they told him this, apparently he still has a #1 contendership for their World Heavyweight Championship. So I don't really see where that's really going as far as like what detriment is it to him? Like, oh man, I got suspended from Pure, but I still have this #1 contendership. Hopefully that story plays out to where like, you know what? Fuck you, you're not getting that either. Anyway, the Pure Division is probably the biggest thing that diversifies Ring of Honor from all the other promotions. It is just watching it as not the little bit that I've watched it, but the amount that I've watched it, like it's a solid division, and I can definitely get behind it. You know what I mean? Like it's not gimmicky. Open hands are allowed. I just remembered you can open hand chop somebody or hit them, but you not a closed fist. So, but it's a really good division, and I really dig it. And I don't, I don't really see why more people haven't gotten into it. Maybe because it's not like gimmicky. Maybe there just hasn't been like a huge storyline built up to it, which kind of leads me to the main reason why I'm talking about Ring of Honor tonight. Is, Dick, what do you think Ring of Honor, what's up, Logan? What do you think Ring of Honor needs to do, whether it's signing somebody or something just overall that they need to do to get back to kind of where they were, like back in like the CM Punk days, Samoa Joe, AJ Styles, all that stuff? Like, what is something that you think this company could do to get back into the spotlight and maybe start getting to the level of like AEW?
The main thing for me with Ring of Honor is, I think last week is when you finally told me I could watch it on Fight. I mean, for the longest time, I had no idea how to watch it. And everyone will tell me it's Sinclair Broadcasting. I don't fucking know what the fuck Sinclair Broadcasting is. And I had a running joke that I could never watch Ring of Honor. It was like, I'm going to watch it, but I don't know how. I was joking, but I was actually truthful. I had no idea how to fucking watch it. It wasn't until I cut the cord, got rid of my Xfinity, and had to watch TV on an antenna in my bedroom that somehow I got, what station is it, Stadium or something? And I'm like, what the fuck, Ring of Honor? It took for me to watch free TV, basically, free antenna TV to watch Ring of Honor. Mm-hmm. But when that happened, though, it was, I believe it was, they were still showing matches with crowds. No crowds, right? It's still dead, empty arenas.
Yeah, and so, but that's something that like I especially dug with the pure matches, because you can hear them talking to each other,
and they're not going for pops. They're not going for crowd.
No, yeah. They're going for like big submissions, knockout blows. Like they could throw elbows or forearms. They're going for big knockout blows and submissions. And that's like, I'm all about that shit. That gets my pee-pee hard. You know what I mean? Like, I'm all about that. So, like,
I think it's a bigger broad or audience bring on a broadcast. One thing, they had a relationship with New Japan, and I think that hurt a lot because of the fact that the pandemic happened. So the traveling wasn't there. So the wrestlers in Ring of Honor wasn't there. I mean, they had their strict core. People will go back and forth. Man, I think almost a relationship with some other companies might help them. Kind of what Impact's doing, where Impact's getting back and forth with AEW. Now, you don't need to bring everybody in, obviously. I don't need to see Kenny Omega on Ring of Honor to make Ring of Honor feel like it's something important.
Right.
But I think once the borders open up where we can bring more New Japan people in there, fucking hell yes. Dude, those super shows used to be great. The Madison Square Garden, Ring of Honor, New Japan super shows. Other than that, I'm thinking of free agents, or maybe not free agents, but people that could be going to Ring of Honor. Oh, man. I know you were saying you would love to see Jay White there. I don't even know. Jay White, there's rumors that it's all a work over there. Jay White leaving New Japan, so that could just be a work. Man, Ethan Page maybe, who's leaving Impact.
Mm-hmm.
And with his following, Ethan Page has a huge Twitter and online following. Put him on there can bring more eyes to the product. For me, I want to get into it more because who's on there for me? Danhausen. I Danhausen matches. So right away, it's gonna make me go to their YouTube channel. It's gonna make me go to their social media more, which is a good thing. Which is what's gonna probably happen. Make me see the people you're talking about. Make me say like, oh shit, yeah, stars bringing in names from the indies. Warhorse going there probably would be something you want to say.
I've been advocating for it on social media. I even asked, hey, Warhorse, who do you got to beat to get a contract? And he said he had no idea, so that made me sad. But he retweeted me, so I was all about that.
That's funny. Hey, there you go. But it's tough, man. I mean, especially like the empty arena stuff is so still hard for me to watch. And I mean, it's nothing they could do. It's not like they can bring a crowd in. It's not like they can bring a roster in because they're in a bubble. It's the same thing like Impact. When they go there, I think they stay in a bubble, and these are the only people here. So it's tough, man. I mean, you're the ROH. You're becoming the ROH guy. What do you think they need to do to bring people like me in?
So I think something that they need to do, if you're talking about like someone like you specifically, something I think that they need to do is hope that Aleister Black gets released from WWE and go out and get him immediately and put him in the pure division. That is legitimately what they need to do. Because that man is technical as fuck. You can throw kicks, which is like Aleister Black's like fucking, you know, that's his thing, throwing kicks. You know what I mean? You get Aleister Black, put him in that pure division, he's got you stacked. Even if you want to throw him in like the TV title, you want to throw him like, and that's the thing, Aleister Black hasn't touched a championship in WWE since he's been there. NXT. That was it. So I think Aleister Black would be like a huge get for them. Huge get. Especially for like guys like me and you, or people like me and you who like really are into like that technical wrestling. We know the guy can go. He doesn't really have to say a whole lot. He's just, you know, we just know he's a bad motherfucker. You know what I mean? You have him and Zelina show up on an episode of ROH or on a pay-per-view or whatever. Like, people are going to be like, oh, fuck. Like, Zelina and Aleister just showed up on a fucking Ring of Honor pay-per-view. Like, that's going to get, like, guys like me and you talking. And, like, guys like me and you talking is kind of like, and I'm not, like, trying to toot our own horn or anything, but guys like me and you talking gets, like, the more, like, average fans interested in it. They're like, oh, these guys are talking about this. This must be kind of a fucking big deal. Not to toot our own horn, but, you know, like, we've got some pretty dope reviews on Apple Podcasts. Anyway, so, like, you know, but something like that, just, like, they don't need, Ring of Honor doesn't need, like, the biggest fish in the pond free agent to make themselves relevant again. You know what I mean? Like, get someone like Aleister Black, who you know isn't being used by WWE correctly. Ethan Page would be a huge fucking get. Signing someone like Warhorse, who has like a massive internet following. You know, just trying to find like a platform where people can find you easily. You know what I mean? Like, like you said, you didn't even know that you could watch it on Ring of Honor. Well, you know, I found it by mistake on Fight TV because I had won that pay-per-view from a guy on Twitter, and I went to watch it, and then after the pay-per-view was over, like a bunch of stuff like was popping up for Ring of Honor TV and stuff like that. And I was like, oh fuck, I could watch Ring of Honor on Fight TV. Cool as fuck, you know what I mean? So just bringing in those guys with the huge or with the big internet followings, I think is going to be a big deal for you know, for companies like Ring of Honor. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, that's my rant on Ring of Honor. They had another match on there for the TV title. I don't have it up in front of me right now. It took me too long to find the other one. I really don't want to find it, but I cannot stress enough. Please check out Ring of Honor, guys. The pure division, especially if you're into technical wrestling and good technical wrestling, that shit's for you. Find the Jonathan Gresham Flip Gordon match from Final Battle 2020. That shit will give you a hard on if you love technical wrestling. That's all I got.
And the Ring of Honor section brought to you by the Ring of Huck.
Yeah, Ring of Huck. What's up? My Ring of Honor minute turned into like a Ring of Honor 15 minutes.
Shit happens, bro. It's all good.
It does. I can't help it, dude. Like, I don't know why, but like the pure division is just fucking fascinating to me because it's not stupid gimmicky. You know what I mean? Like it's just straight up, like the title says, pure wrestling. You know what I mean? Like it's good. Like when it's someone like Jonathan Gresham or Rhett or Jay Lethal or just anyone like that who can go from a technical standpoint, it's so fucking good, man. And Flip Gordon has been awesome in both of the pure matches that I've watched him in. He's been so fucking good. And that's the thing is like they talk about it during the matches. They're like, well, he's mostly known as a high flyer, but he's like killing it as a technical wrestler. So go check that out. Go check out that match with Flip Gordon and Rhett Taylor. Or Rhett Titus, my bad. Sorry, I saw Taylor on my screen. Rhett Titus. You can check out Rhett Titus at Rhett Titus. It's RHETTTITUSANX on Twitter. Of course, if you just search on Twitter, the Foundation, bam, all the Foundation stuff shows up. Jonathan Gresham shows up, who is the leader of the Foundation and all about the pure wrestling stuff. Check it out. Strongly recommend it. And I'm done with my Ring of Honor rant. Dick, you got anything?
Love that Danhausen.
Love that Danhausen. I also love that Danhausen. And thank him again for the intro to the pod tonight.
Yes.
I am going to figure out how to get this onto YouTube. Surprise! So guys like Chicago Beer Snob can actually tell the difference between our voices and faces.
There you go.
Shout out to him.
Still
So go check us.
You guys are. I'm like, yeah. Now you can see I'm the one with the beard. There we go.
Yeah, exactly. I'm the one that's always a baby face because my job forces me to be a baby face. Joke.
So happy. Finally. I'm happy we weren't doing this on YouTube when I was fucking shaved. Oh, I would have refused.
But yes, go check us out. World Podcast Wrestling on YouTube, on Twitter at WPod Wrestling, also on Instagram. We're also on Facebook, World Podcast Wrestling. Give us a like. Check us out on your favorite podcast page. Give us a 5-star review. Give us a good or a 5-star rating and a good review. And is that it? That's all you got?
I think that's it. I got nothing, man. Hell
Okay.
yeah. Listen to us. Watch us. Please rate and review us. Please. That's what I ask. Please put a 5-star rating, please.
Yes,
I know there's more than like 7 of you that listen. Give us some damn reviews.
Usually we get like 20 downloads a week, so I feel like we do pretty decent. Anyway, thank you for you guys who do listen, and thank you for those that check us out on YouTube. We will catch you next week here on World Podcast Wrestling.
Laters.